Welcome everyone to my 10-day YouTube challenge. I'm so excited that you're here and thank you for taking the time to already click on the link and you're here right now. So I've designed this 10-day YouTube challenge especially to bring those of you who somehow have an access to Reformer at home, or you're renting it and you don't know where to start, or you really feel like you haven't moved in a while and you want to get back to it. I've given you 10 videos where you're just, going up in the strength, going up in intensity. It's all designed to make you feel like you're in charge. So none of that judgment that you get in studios sometimes, and none of that self-judgment as well, because it's going to be easy and we're going to bring you through. Okay? So if you're really advanced, you can still come along. But if you're looking for something to just start and get moving again, this is the right place for you. So let's get started. First, I've got 2 red springs already put on. I've got my foot bar on, not at the highest, obviously, at a nice, what is this, 70, 60 degree angle, okay? As usual, you are sitting at the edge of the Reformer. I assume you already know your Reformer, but just for the sake of it, I'll go a little bit into it. These are the straps, right? These are the straps, foot bar, springs, platform, carriage, okay? And I have a tower, so for those of you who have it, we'll do that on another challenge. Okay, so you're sitting at the edge and your foot bar hand goes right in front of your eyes and it goes down onto the shoulder rest. You lie down with the help of your arms and then you just flip and look straight at the ceiling, okay? So today is a simple coming back into yourself, feeling good about yourself. So nothing too challenging and not too technical either. We just want to get right to it. Okay, so here we're just going to start with heels on the bar. As you can see, what I'm talking about, my feet here. Heels are on the bar. Okay, I've adjusted my spine to be straight, and my pelvis is neither neutral or extended. I don't know if you can see from here. Extended means you've got a nice little light shining through. We don't want that for any footwork, okay? We want to pull this muscle. This part here, it's like a rubber band. You're pulling it short a little bit. For me personally, I have got some back issues, so I always try to keep my back at an imprint. Imprint means over here, this rubber band muscle here, it's even shorter than usual. And I've got my pubic bone a little bit up towards the ceiling. My 2 ASIS, go ahead and use your index finger to feel these 2 bones over here, right? These 2 bones, they are the ASIS. With your pubic bone, go ahead and feel them. If they're the same height, you've kind of got a neutral. But then if your pubic bone is a little bit higher than your 2 ASIS, you've got an imprint. And I choose an imprint. For any beginner, go ahead and choose an imprint. So now I'm all ready. And don't mind the sound at the back, okay? Because sometimes my skin makes farting sounds because it's sticky to the Reformer. So I got my hands on and my heels are on the bar. As I inhale and I prepare, I exhale, I push out. Inhale, return. We're just gonna do 10 of this. 2, exhale. Inhale. 3, exhale. 4. Nice and slow and easy. 5. Last 5. And if you notice, my feet, I don't have them fully hooked all the way at an extreme dorsiflexion. I got it nicely, like I have an imaginary wall behind my feet, and I'm just touching that wall as I go out and in. You see? Yeah? So that really works all the small muscles on the soles of your feet too, and in your ankles. All right. And I come back halfway. I'm going to teach you now the pulses. So my car is not parking, neither am I straightening out my legs all the way out. I'm just pulsing. I'm just bouncing. I'm making sure when I'm doing this, both of my legs, they're pointing straight upwards. None of the wobbly stuff going on, just going straight. My core is engaged and locked in a nice way, in a way that I can still breathe, okay? And there you go. I've probably done 20 of this as well. Okay, and I'll go out and I'll extend. Follow me and return. Okay, we'll go ahead and now change into the balls of the feet. So your toes are nicely wrapped around and your heels are lifted. Okay, and my legs, they're not sticking together. In other words, adducted. They're a little bit abducted, meaning they're put out to the sides, as wide as my hips, okay? I like to do this because it really teaches me to have control on the outside and on the inside of my thighs together. So heels lifted, toes nicely wrapped. Inhale, prepare. Exhale as I press out. Inhale, return. 2, exhale. Inhale. 3, let's keep going. And just enjoy this nice little warm up that is safe for anyone. And you can never tell me that, oh, I have knee pain, so I can't do footwork on the Reformer. Well, you have a couple of choices. First, you can reduce your springs, right? So it doesn't have to be heavy. But by the way, if you go too light, that's another issue and that's another challenge, yeah? And if you tell me you have knee pain and you can't do footwork, it means you've never sat down on your life. I mean, in your life. That's not possible. Every day you sit down and you get up, right? And this is like a sitting down. This is standing up. This is a sitting down. So there you go. We got our nice little warm up. Okay, and here I really want you to focus on keeping that heel lifted the whole way and locking your thighs upwards. So you're never feeling like, oh, I'm just dropping my knees down. I'm just dropping my knees. No, none of that feeling. You're feeling lifted. You're like a big rubber band. You're being pulled from your head, your spine. Everything is long muscles pulling up, heels lifted, and then return with control. So this is a concentric part for your quads. But then going back is, it's really, really nice and controlled. I lost myself a bit over there, yeah, because I was thinking, did I say concentric and eccentric right? Okay, anyways, let's not get too technical. Let's do a little bit of a lateral rotation here, where I'm just turning my my feet, they're out. And so my legs, they follow, and they follow the second toes, okay? Now inhale, prepare. Exhale as I press out. And if you can observe my feet, they're still on that invisible wall. So it's not going like this. First of all, it's really dangerous. I feel like I'm losing footing on my foot bar. So put that wall, stick your feet on those walls. And then as you inhale to return, exhale, press out, inhale, return. Paying attention to the level of the degree of rotation. So some of you, if you are more aware, maybe can you observe, are you having one leg that's more rotated outwards and then one leg is in, right? Or are you having a hip that's lifting off the ground, the carriage, without you realizing it? Right? So all these small details, just go slow. I mean, it's just your comeback, right? And then just keep going and feel that, okay, if it's like 40 degrees out, the other one is also 40 degrees out. I want that feeling, and I want that 50-50 of my inner thighs working and my outer thighs working, both at the same time. They're a great team, okay? They work together just fine. Last but not least, make sure they're straightening out at the same time and then coming back. Oops, you see, when I tried to go straight, I forgot about my feet in the wall. Okay, so keep that feet on the wall, and as you straighten, you lengthen together. Pull your muscles up. Right. Okay, good, nice. All right. So we've done a little bit of a footwork. You understand how footwork works now, right? It's literally footwork, right? And there's nothing to be afraid. The only thing you have to really watch out is your core. If at any time you feel uncomfortable with your back, you have two things that you can do. You can immediately lower the tension of the springs. So here we're at 2 reds, meaning whatever reformer you've got, the 2 heavies, just make it into 1 heavy and then 1 half, okay? If you feel uncomfortable. If you feel like this is too light for you, go ahead and raise it up, it's fine. The most important thing is your placement of your pelvis. As I mentioned in the beginning, remember, don't let it go all the way up. If you're going, I'm giving you a really extreme example, of course, obviously nobody's gonna do this, but if you're having this and then you're pressing out, you have no strength at all in your core, this part is long, this part is short, you are going to have an uncomfortable back and injury after this. So make sure that your rib cage is all down. It's nice and sound on the carriage, and your pelvis, you can choose a neutral or you can choose an imprint, yeah? For any of you with slightly more sensitive back, go ahead and start off with an imprint. That would be my suggestion. Okay. So now that we've done some of the footwork, we're going to go into releasing the tension and on our small back, on our lower back, and also giving that movement and mobility to our hips. So I'm just going to start with my heels on the foot bar and try to understand and feel that you are stepping right below your body. You're not stepping to the left or stepping to the right. Obviously, this is an exaggeration, but coming back to the middle, you have an awareness. You're going straight down, okay? So from here, my hips, my pelvis are neutral, and I'm like I have a cup of coffee here, and now I'm going to use my hips to spill this coffee towards my chest. So I'm going to lift this pubic bone over here. I'm going to lift it, lift it, lift it, roll it, roll it. You see how my back is not off yet? My bum is off a little bit, right? And then as I keep rolling, I go up and up and up and up. And inhale and return. Okay. Inhale, prepare. Exhale, roll it in again, one vertebrae at a time as I roll up, 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 up. When I'm here, my hips are pushing all the way up. My torso and my legs are feeling really long. I'm pressing that knee upwards towards the diagonal ceiling, while my chest is still like butter, melted on the carriage. So we want to avoid this, right? We want to put the chest down, heavy, melting, while our bums are going up, 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 and our knees are stretching over, 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 like they want to go over and touch that wall over there. So when you're here, you roll down again, one spine at a time, and release. Again, exhale, release. Good. And coming down. So sometimes when you're here, you might observe, how come I'm wobbly? Like I'm literally, wobbly. So this is when your muscles are put to work. The left and the right and all of the muscles from the front and the back and your core, they have to work together so that this heavy you, right, your torso, can be lifted up in a stable manner and can roll down one spine at a time back to a neutral position. Now, your arms are not just doing nothing here. Yeah, your arms are actually pressing down. They have energy running through them. So again, exhale to roll in and roll up. Your arms are pressing down towards the carriage. Okay, and now we've done a few of those. Let's go out, go ahead and lengthen those legs. Now when you're here, obviously you can't be looking like that, can you? If you're doing that, then you don't have that melted chest thing. So it's your melted chest, and your hips will naturally lower a little bit because you're gonna stretch out to a long line. But when you bend your knees and come back, you're gonna realize you wanna lift that bum high, go over there high, 45 degrees out. My chest is still buttery and melty and out. See the physics of this, right? I go up and I pull my knees towards the ceiling. My chest is melted, and I go out and I lower my body into a straight line. But the whole time my bum is hard as a rock, okay? And let's do 2 more of those. I like to exhale when I pull back. Inhale when I press out. And last one, as I exhale, as I pull back. And then again, same technique, same buttery melting chest, roll it down all the way. Good. Now, we're already getting a little bit of the hang of the hip rolls here, right? So we're gonna continue with those, and as we roll up, right, let's go ahead and lift up probably your stronger leg, which is your right leg up, okay? Nice and strong. And over here, the first thing you gotta watch out is your hips dropping to one side, right? Okay, I'm giving you really exaggerated examples. Arms strong, and then you're just gonna roll it down quickly. Ding, touch your bum to the back and roll it up again. Again, second time, a quick touch of your hips down. And last 3. Exhale, roll up. Inhale. Exhale, roll up. Last one. And exhale. Okay, good, nice. From here, you can go ahead and change your legs. Usually we layer more, but if we keep doing those layering, it's not gonna be your day one, right? That maybe day 5, maybe day 8, okay? So watch out. We don't want the machine to press out when you're lifting. Yeah, you wanna have that sucking up, vacuuming up to the ceiling kind of feeling. Up and relax chest, melting chest, down. Keep this leg quad strong so that you have that nice plantar flexion, okay? Plantar means ballerina feet, right? And down. And last 2, exhale, roll it in. And last 1. Good, very nice. Now we come back to the left leg pressing on the foot bar, right leg straight again. As you roll up, right, nice strong legs and hips, you push out. As you push out, you lower your legs, you kick it back up, and you pull your carriage back and roll down. Again, 2, roll up and out. Place your long leg down, kick it back up, pull back, and roll down. Just another 3 more times of this. Roll it up and out and tap your toes, nice and light. Kick it back up, roll it and down. I think we have 2 more. Exhale, roll up, out, tap it, come back. Knees up long, melting chest down. Last one, exhale, roll up and out and tap it. Kick it back up, roll it back in and down. Okay, now change the other side. Same thing, strong hips, okay? Push out. You see, this is my stronger leg. It's a totally different story. My weaker leg just now was working very hard. This right leg is way stronger. And I don't want that, right? I want both sides to be as balanced as possible. So I think on our first day together on this journey, the first thing is to observe, where's your stronger leg? Where's your stronger side? What do you hate doing? And what do you love doing? These are some of the things that will make you be friends with your body, okay? Last 2, exhale, out. Good, tap, come back. And melting chest, melting spine. Last one, roll it up and out, tap, pull it back in and roll your chest down and relax. Ooh, very nice, okay? Good, go ahead and just swing your legs from side to side. Even though I am a Pilates instructor and, you know, I honestly don't do as much Pilates as I should be doing now with so much work, right? But most of the time after a little bit of a hip roll, what we just did, and hip movements and footwork, you want to do this. It feels good. Why not, okay? So from here, let's go ahead and just warm up your core. So you got your hips, your quads, your hamstrings, they're all warmed up, right? So let's go ahead and now let's focus a little bit on the upper side of your body, your torso now, okay? So let me introduce to you the concept of the eyeball gaze. It's super, super important. So don't neglect this, okay? So first, if you're lying down straight like this is a supine position, by the way, your eyes are looking straight up, right? So before you do any sit-up, always have your eyes look down. When it can no longer look down, then you gently roll your head up and then you roll your scapula off, okay? Now, and you can hold here and we can have a little chit chat and then we can roll it back down. So everything is smooth. There's none of this movement. You know, everything is smooth. So starting from your eyes, because the back of your eyeballs, that muscle that makes your eyeballs go everywhere, look everywhere, that's connected to the neck muscles and then later to the core muscles, and it sends the right signals to your brain. So just do it, okay? Good. Eyeball looking up, now going downwards. and start to roll your head up without jamming your chin. There's none of this movement. You see, I can't even talk anymore. So let's try again. Eyeballs looking down, nice gentle roll up of your head, your scapula. Good. From here, we're just gonna do a little bit of a 100 movement. We're gonna introduce you. Notice that my feet are still on the foot bar, so I'm keeping this nice and light and easy. So I'm trying to create as much movement as possible from my arms. My shoulders are far away from my ears as I'm pounding the floor. There's like a rubber ball, you know those Pilates rubber balls that we'll get to use one of these days? You're just bouncing them, bouncing, bouncing, bouncing. But your head is not allowed to move, and especially your chest, right? You're just holding this position. Now why? So, like I said, while we're here, we're gonna have a little bit of a chit chat. So while we're here, you see this part of your muscles, right? It's shortening. It's working hard to shorten. So you're holding it at an isometric, meaning you're just holding it there. You're not letting it go lengthen and shorten and lengthen. No, you're not. You're just letting it hang there. So you're letting it hang there, and then you're creating some earthquake for the muscles, so that it has to work even harder. Okay? Good. And then let's relax. Okay. So now you understand a little bit of this whole crunch 100 position, yeah? We're going to do it again, but now with your legs lifted. So your legs are heavy things. Don't underestimate the weight. Before you ever lift your legs, always inhale to prepare. Exhale, lift up one leg. Then as your core is already ready, again, you inhale again to prepare, and then you lift up the other leg. Okay, now we want this thigh to be perpendicular to the floor, meaning like a straight tree, okay? None of this movement and none of this. This is just nice and relaxing. We don't want that. We want to have some work to it, right? Okay, so again, same thing, eyeball gaze, looking down, head long, scapula off, and we start. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. And exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 3, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hug your chest and release. Okay, so this is our first day, so we're keeping it nice and easy. But you can feel a little bit of that warmth coming back into your daily exercise routine, right? Okay, so same thing again. We're going to inhale, prepare, exhale, lift up. Inhale, prepare, exhale, lift up. Eyeball gaze looking down, head curling up, scapula up, arms reaching far away from your shoulders. Good. And now let's just do a little bit of a nice variation. So keep your left leg bent, and then your right leg just stretch it out. Okay, inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 2. Inhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, 2, 3, 4, 5. Hug. Nice little hug. And release. Oh, my back is sweating. I'm sweaty. I get sweaty quick. Okay, good. All right, nice little work. You should, of course, have a little bit of soreness and tension on your neck. I mean, it is working hard as well. It's impossible to go, oh, I only work my core and I lifted my head, but my neck isn't sore at all. That just doesn't make sense. So it's okay to have a little bit of a sore neck, but, oh, I don't feel anything on my stomach. I feel it all on my neck. Then we have to evaluate. Did we lift up the scapula? Did you create that distance between your scapula and your ears, right? Okay? Okay, good. Nice. Ooh, so after that, let's go into some strappy work for our legs, okay? So find yourself in the middle of the carriage, press yourself out. So notice that we're still on 2 reds, yeah? The spring, we haven't changed since the beginning. So hold this nice and close to your heels. Not in the middle of your foot. No. As close as possible to your heels, because that's where the energy comes out from, right? So you push out, get your balance, and then hook the other side. Okay, good, great, nice. From here, okay, we're going to start here, and we're going to do some bends and lengthening of your legs, right? So just bend here at a 90 degrees, and I like to call this a 3-joint movement. So I got my ankles, my knees, and my hips. So there are 3 of them, and they're working out at the same time. So inhale as I'm here, and exhale as I press out. Inhale as I return, exhale as I press out. Inhale, return, exhale. This is a small range movement. It's only just coming back to perpendicular, straight, and then pushing out to what we can say 45 degrees or lower diagonal, you know. It's just nice to open up all the hip flexors over here and work your hamstrings, yeah? And at the same time, introducing to you the idea of a pointed ballerina ankle toe, right? And then pulling back to a dorsiflexion, which we call flex, right? Okay, from here, come straight into the laterally rotated. It means, yeah, we'll keep going as I explain. My legs are rotated out, my toes are out, but the boss is my hip sockets. So my hip sockets, they're like rotating everything from the legs to the knees to the toes out, okay? Yeah, so just turn it out in a way where you feel there's tension on the outside of your thighs and the inside. Now let me show you what's a wrong out turn. This. You're not turning out, you're just collapsing totally, right? So you went from a parallel, right, to a lateral. You should feel, okay, my heels are first stuck together, and then my legs, ooh, they're rock hard, inside, outside. That's the feeling. And then 3-joint movement, right? I point it out to a ballerina, I pull back from my thighs, and I press out again, right? Okay, good. Coming back to the original position, now I do a medial rotation, which is meaning from my hip sockets again, I'm rolling in all the muscles and all my meat towards the middle. And what happens as a side effect or effect is that my toes are together and my heels are separated, okay? That's how it looks. And I press out and inhale, return. And I press out, I'm just gonna do 5 of these. Inhale, return. The whole time observe that your thighs, your knees, they're like cross-eyed. They're like looking at each other, right? If your thighs or your knees are looking up towards the ceiling, that means you haven't turned them in internally. That means you're just doing a regular parallel leg work, okay? Good, very nice. You should feel your inner thighs really, really screaming in soreness, right? It's like a little burn that I know you secretly really enjoy. Okay, nice, good. From here, we're just gonna straighten out our legs. Okay, we're gonna go into a short spine. From here, we're gonna go inhale up. Good. And then as you continue, roll it, let this strap pull you up a little bit, right? Turn your legs laterally, so I've turned them, and then bend your knees towards your forehead. Keep your arms strong, keep your back lifted up. Slowly from here, like as if my feet are touching someone's hands and giving them high five and holding their hand the whole time, not letting go, as I roll my spine and bum down until I can no longer do it. And then I just turn my hips back to neutral, and I have to pass this part where my legs are at a 90 degrees, and then I push out to 45 degrees, lower diagonal, straight, laterally rotated, back to parallel. Let's just keep going, don't worry about the details. Inhale up. As I slowly roll, allow the straps to pull me, and I use my abs to roll it up, laterally rotate my legs, pull my thighs towards my forehead or my face, roll my spine down, one spine at a time until I can no longer do it, and then I hook my legs back to a 90 degree exhale to a 45-degree straight-legged, and then back to parallel. One last time, inhale up, legs to the ceiling, roll all the way, allowing my core to help me pull up, and then laterally rotate to the outside, bend my thighs, roll down as much as I can, hips down, passing through this red light, and then straighten and come back. And now let's do my favorite. My favorite is the reverse short spine. So I'm turning out my legs at a laterally rotated angle. I pull it back in. I allow my thighs to get close to my chest, right? Over here, at about here. I don't stop here, by the way, yeah? I stop here where it's still about 90 degrees. I now use my core to roll this bum and spine up. And then when I'm up here, my straps are still taut. I straighten my legs, and then I bring it back to parallel, turn them facing straight, and then one spine at a time, I roll down my spine until I can no longer do it, and then I just push my legs away from my chest. Again, laterally rotate, inhale as I bring my thighs close to about here, use my core to roll my spine up. From here, straightening those legs, pointing to the ceiling, parallelly rotate back to center, and then exhale, spine down to the last part of my tailbone down, and then I create that distance between my legs and my chest. Okay, one last time. Laterally rotate, bend my knees, roll my spine up, hands are strong, hands are pushing down to the carriage, lengthen legs, come back to the middle, roll down one spine at a time, and press out. Good, from here I'm just gonna go ahead and do some leg circles, right? Okay, so, sorry, I just went straight into it, I didn't explain. You start here at your nice 45-degree lower diagonal. Get your core ready. This is so important. Don't be here and have your stomach protruding up, all of that. Lock your core. For me, I always go for imprint, even though my core is strong and I can do neutral, but it just doesn't feel good. So I always do imprint, meaning my pubic bone, is a bit lifted higher than my two ASIS, okay? Go ahead and feel them. Go ahead and feel your body, don't be afraid, okay? So from here, I'm just gonna lift that leg up, let it allow, right? I mean, the straps are pulling, where it's now, my ankles are right on top of my hips, and then I just open it to a little bit wider, maybe the width of the Reformer, and then I press out down, and I put them together again, okay? Let's repeat that 4 more times. Inhale up, open to the width of the Reformer, probably. Exhale, lower. Inhale, return. Last 3. Inhale up, open, exhale. Last 2. Inhale up, and open, and exhale. And last one, inhale up, abduct your legs, exhale, press down. Good, from here we're gonna go straight into reverse, open up, inhale, up, put your legs together, and then push them away from your chest, right? Inhale, exhale. Good, inhale, and exhale. Last one, inhale. And exhale, back to starting and ending position, right? Now we have the laterally rotated, which you may not be able to see from there, but my legs are turned out, okay? My knees are pointing outwards, my thighs. Okay, same thing, lift them up to the ceiling, but because you're now on lateral, you may go ahead and open them as wide as possible, meaning what your body allows, okay? For me, it's here. And as I exhale, do you see how I'm still meeting back at that starting position? I never ever go here. Some students come down here and it just makes your instructor want to cry, really. So again, inhale up, open to the side, and then come down to what's possible for you, meaning your core is still intact at an imprint. You see, nothing is changing in my core. I lift up my legs, Open to the side. Exhale, lower. Inhale, up again. Open wide to the side since I'm on laterally rotated legs, right? And last one, inhale, up. And open. And exhale, down. From here, we go straight into reverse. Open. Back to the middle. Exhale. Open. Back to the middle. Exhale, lower. Last three. Inhale, open. You see how it's neat and it's controlled? So when I'm pressing down and when I'm opening up, I'm not going side to side, right? My core is intact and I'm just having everything really controlled, nice. And as I press down also, none of that moving, right? Okay, we come back here and now medially rotated. By the way, your thighs now, your hamstrings and your calves, yes, they should be on fire. So you're turning it in. I'm turning everything in, in. Okay, same movement. Inhale, lift your legs up, stacked on top of your hips. Open only a little bit, only shoulder width apart. Press down away from your chest and then adduct them together. Inhale, up. And open, only a little bit, exhale. If I have the time, I'll explain, but it's how the bones work. If you open them too wide, you're just gonna make your bones, right, and the direction of your legs go back to parallel or even lateral, which is not what we want. We wanna have this specific workout, specific movement for a specific purpose, right? So we want this to be medially rotated so that your adductors and your abductors, they're all working hard to work together, right? So none of that going into parallel or lateral. Okay, good. Reverse, open up, lift up to the ceiling, adduct your legs, and hip extension. Okay, and come up, adduct, meaning put your legs together, and bring your legs away from your chest. Last two, close to your chest, stacked on top of your hips, stick them together, push them away from your chest. Last time, up and exhale. Good, very nice. From here, bend your legs and a nice, clean getting off. Okay, yes, good job. All right, so coming down, this is the way, right? So you're lying down, you put your legs to the side, use your arms to push yourself up, and voila. Okay, a little bit more. Today was your first day, so we're not gonna go too much into it, okay? We're just gonna, you had 2 red springs, right? You had 2 red springs. So now you're gonna take off 1 red and just leave 1 red spring. As you sit here, and we're gonna do a nice little lateral stretch, okay? So hands on the foot bar, but not right beside your shoulders, a little bit in front. Hands, the other hand on the shoulder rest. Inhale up, and exhale, just stretch. Inhale up, and good. And then the other side, up first. Never just go straight, always go up. And then the other side. Nice little stretch. And again, inhale up, and exhale, stretch to the side. Inhale up. Good. So make sure to do both sides so that it's nice and even. Last time, inhale up, exhale, stretch. Inhale, exhale. Good. Now we're going to add a little bit of rotation. Inhale up, stretch to the side, put your hands down, turn your whole chest and torso down towards the floor, and just have like a shoulder press 3 times. 2, 3. From here, lengthen everything and just allow the carriage to come back and open up your chest into a nice extension. Good. Again, push out. Feel the nice stretch on the back of your scapula, which is your upper back, right? And your lats. Come back up again. Again, one last time. And you may inhale when you come back up here. Nice stretch. Good. Okay, now the other side. So we're going to come to the other side. Have your shins sticking on the shoulder rests. Your other leg, the one that's closer to the foot bar, is tucked, okay? as much as possible. Now, because you're looking from the back, you can probably see that, you see how my bum is a little bit lifted, but we never want to start off like this, right? We always try to have it as level as possible. And as you can see from my sports bra over here, or the middle of my back, till this bony part of my neck, it's straight. It's not because I'm sitting like this so my whole body is bent. I am down as much as I can. I try to be as level as I can, but from here to over here, I do have a straight line. If you draw an imaginary line, you should be able to see, yeah? So hands here in front of your shoulders, not behind. Always remember, in front of your shoulders. This other hand now on the shoulder rest, again, reaching up, long, and then as you go to the side, which in our words is lateral, right? Stretch, and again, inhale up. And the other arm, as you come down, you also go up, but up first, and then stretch. Again, inhale up. And now, after you get the hang of it, just stretch like a ballerina. Keep everything long. And as you stretch here, keep your shoulders always also away from your ears. So none of this, you know, just away from your ears. Last time, inhale up, exhale, stretch, inhale up. Share that inhale as you exhale to that side. Okay, now we're gonna do some rotations. Inhale up, exhale, stretch to the side. Put your hands down, rotate your torso towards the floor. And we're gonna do some shoulder presses. 3, 2, and last one. As you straighten your arms, you open up your chest, and nice extension, and then down again. So just feel the back of your shoulders, the scapula part. If you don't know what's the scapula, it would be good to Google it or chat GPT it, because then you know what I'm talking about. Some people call it the chicken wing part. I'm okay with that, but I mean, once you know that what's the scapula, you know what I'm talking about. Okay, all the muscles surrounding that scapula, it's time to stretch it with this movement. All right, good. And we finish with the last movement. I'm just gonna give you a little bit of a single thigh stretch, okay, on the floor. So we're still on the red spring. One leg is on the shoulder rest. Put your hands here and just feel that nice pressure on the shoulder rest, right? And just stretch, stretch, good. And keep this at a nice 90 degrees as you stretch, and don't collapse your bum, the whole weight of your body on your lower back. But you have that nice core engagement still as you rise up. And again, 2 more, exhale, inhale up, and just last one. And on your last one, just straighten that bottom leg. You see, straighten it. And then just stretch out fully. Come back. Last one. Press out, still 90 degrees. When you get to your maximum, straighten that bottom floor leg. And come back. Good. Now come to the other side, and always try to travel from the front of your reformer. Never do the whole skipping thing on top of the carriage, okay? Be a good Pilates, responsible Pilates student. So let's go out and stretch. You see how my back is still lengthened, right? It's still lengthened, and my hips are not heavy and collapsed, okay? This is an important part in the single thigh stretch. 2. Good, okay? I want the knee to be in front, on top of my ankle, so I'll keep it there, right? Okay, from here, just lengthen this leg and stretch. And come back. And again, last one, lengthen everything, straighten that knee, push, and just stretch your back. There we go. So we finished our first day, our day 1 of our 10-day YouTube challenge. I really, really hope that you massively enjoyed this workout. I hope it wasn't too difficult for you, for a first timer coming back onto the reformer, or maybe you've had an injury before and now you're just easing your way back into the best version of you. So I'm waiting for you, and I'll see you in our next video. If you felt like that really helped you out and you like my videos, I really appreciate a huge like in the button below, and also subscribe so that you can get all my newest videos where I'll guide you step by step here on your Pilates journey. I'll see you in the next video.